Tigirlily Gold in the studio. What's up, girls?
Hey.
It's the sisters.
You gotta do like the celebratory. It's so weird. Like we've been doing broadcasting since we were 14 years old. And every time you introduce somebody, you know, you're like, oh, it's Jason Aldean, Tigirlily Gold. It's whatever. You always then have to go, yay!
What if it's like, boo?
Yeah, wouldn't it be great?
We're like, is that her name? This is brand new information.
Yeah.
So you guys are sisters.
Yes.
You grew up North Dakota. Are you singing like in churches together? Is that how you started?
Yeah. Well, it was one church we went to.
Pull that mic. Would you pull that up? There you go.
Can you hear me now?
There you
Yes.
Yeah, we grew up singing in church together, and then any local event that was going on. And then at 14 and 16, we started Tigirlily, and there wasn't a lot of people in North Dakota doing original music, so we would get hired to be the opener for a lot of big acts that would come in, or we would go around to schools, and while we were still in high school, like give speeches and do these shows
Give
and
speeches about what?
Like
Following your dreams,
kids. While we're still kids.
Well, I'm 16.
Yeah, I'm like, what do we know? Now I look back, I'm like, this is hilarious that they
Let
gave
us
us
do all this stuff.
a platform like that. But I'm very thankful for that. So thank you, North Dakota.
I feel like every small town has a y'all. Like has like someone who is like does I'm singing at the pageant. I'm gonna be doing the national anthem at the
do
thing.
all the fairs and festivals. And
We did everything. I mean, if there's a good gas station in North Dakota stop to get to somewhere, we know it.
Yeah.
I mean, we did every county fair.
When you talk about national anthem, we would be in our basketball uniforms or volleyball or whatever. We would go sing the national anthem, and then we would go play our sports game.
see, that's awesome.
Yeah,
though.
that
Small
was
town America, man.
that was our
yeah,
lives.
that's great.
Yeah, so you get together and at what point were you like, okay, let's go to Nashville. Let's actually try.
Follow your dreams, kids.
Yes.
Yeah. What do we
We've
know?
been preaching it, so we had to follow up. But I mean, we started Tigirlily at 14 and 16 officially because we were writing songs together and touring, and we were like,
Doing the
hey, what do you do when you have a bunch of original songs together? You should probably start a band.
We also we'd hit every town in North Dakota at that point. There was nowhere else for us to go. So it was kind of like Nashville was the next place. So in 2017, after you graduated high school, we for a year finished up shows and then moved down here and then started going to college and playing Broadway for 3 years. Did that for 3 years, the 4-hour cover gigs.
You know, it's interesting because there's a lot of people who say, like, you know, follow your dreams, go to Nashville, play Broadway, the whole thing. But then there's also some people that say, no, stay off of Broadway because you can get pigeonholed.
Oh, yeah. And we got all of that advice. And for us, at the end of the day, we needed to make money. We needed to pay rent and eat.
Well, you make more on Broadway than you do as a touring musician, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, right away we didn't just because we were figuring it all out. But by the end, we were making really, really good money through tips and through people just coming to see us, which was really cool. But I mean, you can definitely get pigeonholed.
I think it's all about how you do Broadway.
Absolutely.
We knew for us, Broadway was a great learning tool. It let us play our music and it made us money, but that's not where we wanted to be for forever.
Right.
So I don't know, though. I don't think it can ever be a bad thing to play music to people.
You're learning all these different covers. You're learning how to write songs better. Like, it fully betters you as a musician, as a performer, as an entertainer. Like, we are not fazed by a lot of stuff that comes our way now when we're in that setting because we've dealt with all of it. It really is the best schooling.
If you had gotten famous on TikTok, it's totally different than actually coming up through the bars.
Right, and we did it. We try to cover all our bases. So we're like, let's try to do TikTok. Let's play a bunch of shows. We just really try to cover all our bases. But I think the main thing with Broadway is it's not going to make you a star. It's not going to give you everything you want, but just use it for what it's worth and make some money while you're down there.
And we made amazing fans. Like, every time we play a show, there's someone who saw us play at Dierks Bentley's Whiskey Row. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about all of it.
Yeah, because they just in their head they discovered you.
Yeah, exactly. They discovered us. They tipped us $20 when we were down on Broadway, and they're part of the story now. So it's
hilarious. At CMA Fest this year, we met a lady who she's like, "Why do you guys sound so familiar?" And she was at our show singing along. She's like, "Oh my gosh, 4 years ago, I tipped you guys $20. I went back through my Venmo and saw that I tipped you guys $20 4 years ago." Yeah. So that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't give it back, did you?
No.
Tigirlily Gold is with us. Talk about the new album and song and more on the way. Hang on. Tigirlily Gold in the studio. The album Blonde available, and the new song I Tried a Ring On. I love I Tried. We're about to play it, but it's such a great song. You know, I feel guys have, it has to do with weddings for these. I feel like guys, we are just like, yeah, we feel like, I'm this age now. It's time to go ahead and do the thing. But for you guys and girls, it's, you dream of it. It's like it's built up. And honestly, I think you can't screw yourself up. Y'all get
those are fighting words
y'all make it out to be so, oh man, have you ever had this restaurant? It's the best at, and it's overdone. If you just so it's always expectations are going to be busted.
So you're saying women should lower their standards?
By far.
I mean, we already do when we marry. I don't know how much
lower we can go.
I was going to say, don't lower your standards picking the person, just on everything else.
I would even say that.
But when I Try to Ring On, it's like, the whole song is built around you've pictured your forever with that person. You've probably pictured your wedding, your kids together, your whole life. So when that does end, that relationship ends, you're also mourning the loss of all those things you pictured with that person specifically. So that's why I Try to Ring On kind of hits that hard, is you just feel embarrassed and stupid and frustrated because you don't want to have to do all this again with another person.
Yeah, I feel stupid. I Tried to Ring On.
Yes. It's hard out there.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard out there.
Yes, yes, married.
Yeah, really? Like, step back a sec.
Stop talking
In the
please.
streets.
Tigirlily Gold. This is called I Tried to Ring On, and we'll talk more with the girls coming up. I Tried to Ring On, Tigirlily Gold. The album Blonde, it's out now. They're both blonde, by the way.
What?
And surprise. And there you go. It's available now. So what happens now? You're just promoting the album and the new music. You're on tour.
All the above.
All that. Yeah.
You are correct.
Yes. I mean, we're touring the rest of the summer, lots of fairs, festivals, opening for a lot of different people, which is super exciting. But yeah, we're already working on the next record as we're fully, invested in promoting this first record. Your debut album just takes so long to make and create. So we're trying to give that the space to live, and really excited for people to hear those songs. But yeah, we're already even thinking about the next one and how that's going to sound and what that's going to be too at the same time.
On the record, what's the oldest song on there that was like written first?
Yeah, Blonde.
Blonde
was written at the end of 2021.
And do you still love it?
Yeah,
Still
we actually.
Okay.
That's our worst fear. Is like by the time this music comes out, will it still be what we want to say? Do we still agree with it sonically? And thank the Lord, Blonde, we still are so proud of all this work, and it still feels fresh and relevant in what we're still going through in our lives. But Blonde, written at the end of 2021. So you're talking by the time the whole album comes out, it's 2024.
Yeah.
Well, I am shooting less tequila now.
Yeah, that's how to slow down a little bit. We stop at 4 now. But yeah, it's so funny. Like, I've been different shades of blonde through this whole record. I've been through different relationships. Like, it's been a lot. Like, there's been a lot of life change through making Blonde.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it. That's a great question about asking. It's like, because you guys have to live with stuff that's old to you, but to us, it's new. And that's a difficult thing that I don't think people realize artists go through.
Yeah, and for us, it's just equally as exciting to see people listen to it for the first time. So I feel like that's what gives the songs new life for us, because it is all of our fans' first time hearing all these songs. So we're like, oh yeah. And they're pointing out new things about the songs that we don't even realize we did. And yeah, but it's hard to be like, hey, when they're asking us, like, hey, talk about the story, how you wrote this song. And I was like, I don't remember. I don't remember what I did yesterday,
I was 12.
I don't know. I couldn't even drink. No, I'm just kidding.
Tigirlily Gold, the album is Blonde. It's available now. I Try to Ring On is on there as well as Blonde. Best of luck to you guys. We love you, and we're big fans, and be looking for them on the road, opening up for you name it. If you're going to
pull out your Venmo, do you have a QR code still?
If you really are supporters, no.
You still have the Venmo, right?
I think it's still Tigirlily Band. Don't do that, because it's like, the bachelorette parties that are like, hey, buy me a drink. I think people are just going to start requesting us money now.
I do that anytime I see
Bubba
somebody. Anytime I see somebody with a buy me a drink and they've got their Venmo name on their car, I always request. And I'm like,
so funny.
Please don't Venmo request me.
But if you wanted to, Tigirlily Gold. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
you know what to do.